Here we go! The episode begins with Legolas Queen looking depressed because she's with the muscular long-haired men. I'd be bummed too if I was married to a total stranger like Eyeliner Guy. Scar Guy talks to Legolas King about how he got in trouble for selling slaves, and Legolas King says he wouldn't punish him for that if he was the king, providing another example of how completely different Legolas Queen is from her brother. We cut to a room full of dogs! Oh my gosh, can we just spend the rest of the episode in here? Peter Dinklage wakes up and Jeffrey is waiting there with the Hound. They're still in Winterfell, but Jeffrey says they're going back to King's Landing today. Peter Dinklage walks out of this hotel for dogs and gives Jeffrey some advice on how to be a prince. Jeffrey doesn't listen, so Peter Dinklage slaps him in the face. Peter Dinklage loves slapping Jeffrey. In fact, it feels so nice that he does it twice. Peter Dinklage is by far my favorite character, and it's not because he's super nice or like a good guy or anything. It's because he's slapped Jeffrey like 10 times in this series. Peter Dinklage eats breakfast with his siblings. This little blonde girl who is really clearly Short-Haired Queen and Handsome Man in Armor's child asks if Weird Raven Kid is going to die, because Handsome Man in Armor pushed him out of a tower in episode 1. Peter Dinklage says that Weird Raven Kid is going to live. Short-Haired Queen looks upset because Weird Raven Kid totally watched her and Handsome Man in Armor banging. Handsome Man in Armor says that he'd rather die than be a grotesque cripple, which is funny considering he loses his hand in a couple of seasons. Peter Dinklage is like, well, speaking for the grotesque, I disagree. I'd rather be alive and slap your stupid son around. We cut to Mama Stark sitting by a comatose Weird Raven Kid. Short-Haired Queen walks in and tries to cheer her up by talking about how she had a son that died years ago. You know, how you cheer people up? This kid actually had black hair and looked like Chubby King. Am I crazy to think that it's no coincidence that Chubby King's actual son died as a child? Did Short-Haired Queen kill that little kid to make sure Jeffrey became the king? Maybe I'm being too hard on Short-Haired Queen. Short-Haired Queen actually gets misty-eyed and says that she prays that Weird Raven Kid survives. Ooh, Short-Haired Queen is a good actress. Mama Stark believes her, but I certainly don't. We cut to Bastard King getting a sword from a blacksmith. Handsome Man in Armor walks over and tells Bastard King that once you kill someone, you realize we're all just sacks of meat and bones, which actually sounds delicious. Then Handsome Man in Armor pulls a Donald Trump and tugs Bastard King towards him with a handshake and sarcastically thanks him for guarding the wall. We cut to young sad girl doing chores with the help of her wolf like she's Snow White or something. This wolf is completely full grown now. They found the wolves as puppies just last episode. Was there like a 4-month gap between episode 1 and 2? Bastard King tells young sad girl that he has a present for her, and it's her sword. Young sad girl loves this sword. She has it for the rest of the series, I'm pretty sure. What a nice scene. I didn't realize these two were so close. We cut to Bastard King walking into Weird Raven Kid's room. Oh, this is uncomfortable. Mama Stark thinks that Bastard King is Papa Stark's bastard son, so she definitely resents him. Bastard King tells Weird Raven Kid's sleeping body that he can come visit him at the wall when he's better. Bastard King seems to really have been close to all the Stark children. Mama Stark is pissed though. She tells Bastard King to leave, and then Papa Stark walks in. We cut outside to Sexy Jawline Guy saying goodbye to Bastard King. Is this the last time that Bastard King sees Sexy Jawline Guy before Sexy Jawline Guy dies? Oh gosh, that's really sad. Bastard King is riding away with Papa Stark, and Papa Stark is saying goodbye. Bastard King asks about his mom, and Papa Stark says that the next time they see each other, he'll tell him all about his mom. Except he won't, because Papa Stark is gonna die. Then we cut to Papa Stark eating lunch in a field with Chubby King. They're talking about women, and Chubby King brings up Papa Stark's old girlfriend, the one that Chubby King thinks is Bastard King's mom. Papa Stark doesn't want to talk about her, probably because she didn't actually exist, and Chubby King says he's always been too hard on himself for cheating on Mama Stark and having a bastard son. I don't know how Papa Stark is able to keep this secret all the way to his grave. If somebody were to be like, hey, you cheated on your wife, and I knew that I didn't cheat on my wife, I'd be like, no, I didn't. Actually, that kid that you think is my son is my sister's son, and you'll never guess who the daddy is. Chubby King shows Papa Stark a note that says Legolas Queen has married Eyeliner Guy. Then Chubby King says he wants to kill Legolas Queen because of what her brother did to Papa Stark's sister. This is so fascinating. Papa Stark is literally the only person alive who knows the truth about the Targaryen and his sister. If it wasn't for Weird Raven Kid's freaky powers, the secret would have died with Papa Stark. We cut to a gruesome scene of Eyeliner Guy having not consensual sex with Legolas Queen. She is clearly not enjoying this at all, and in her head she's probably thinking, if my brother wants to be king so bad, why doesn't he have sex with Eyeliner Guy? We cut to Bastard King's uncle bringing over a group of prisoners, and one of them is the guy that bullies Heavyset Guy in episode 4 before Bastard King tells him to back off. The bully is a rapist, and he got caught, so his options for punishment were either castration or the wall. So the wall is basically a prison, it sounds like. And Bastard King is just volunteering to go there. That's like choosing to go to grad school. So weird and gross. Bastard King asks Peter Dinklage why he reads so much, and he says that all he has is his mind, so he has to keep it sharp. Peter Dinklage tells Bastard King that none of the monsters beyond the wall are real, so all that reading actually isn't working. You hear that, kids? Reading is pointless. We cut to Old Guy telling Mama Stark that they need to appoint a bunch of new people to jobs because everyone went with Papa Stark to King's Landing. Sexy Jawline Guy walks in and says that he'll take care of it, and then he hears wolves howling outside, so he looks out the window and sees a fire. He goes to check it out, and then a guy in a hood shows up. He's here to kill Weird Raven Kid. He pulls out a knife and Mama Stark tries to fight him off, but he throws her to the ground. He's about to kill Weird Raven Kid when a wolf shows up and just mutilates him. Then the wolf jumps up on the bed and sits next to Weird Raven Kid. I love this wolf. Also, Mama Stark thinks that Peter Dinklage set up that attack, and that's why she captures him in episode 4. We cut to Legolas Queen getting her blisters tended to by a few women, including the one that takes a bath with Legolas King in episode 4. Legolas Queen asks the other women to leave so she can talk to Bathgirl, and Bathgirl tells her that her mom sold her to a brothel when she was 9 years old. Mom of the year! Legolas Queen asks Bathgirl if she can teach her how to make Eyeliner Guy happy. This feels like the beginning of a really weird porno. We cut to Mama Stark in the tower that Weird Raven Kid got pushed out of. Ooh, she's gonna find a condom wrapper or something. Actually, instead, she finds a long blonde strand of hair. Mama Stark calls a meeting with Sexy Jawline Guy, Sideburn Ponytail, Old Guy, and Green-Eyed Guy, a real who's who of white guys. She says that she thinks the Lannisters tried to kill Weird Raven Kid twice. Sideburn Ponytail is really letting his hair down today. His sideburns are dangling down by his nipples, making you crave to see what's underneath. He says that the knife used to try to kill Weird Raven Kid is expensive, so it probably does belong to the Lannisters. Mama Stark says that she needs to get to King's Landing to tell Papa Stark what's going on, which is what she's doing in episode 4 when she captures Peter Dinklage. Aha! Mama Stark says that she's been praying for Weird Raven Kid to recover for over a month, so there was a huge gap between episode 1 and 2. Mama Stark has been making Weird Raven Kid a crazy dream catcher looking thing, and she hangs it by his bed and kisses him goodbye. We cut to Bathgirl teaching Legolas Queen how to be sexy. So now Bathgirl has been on top of both Legolas siblings. We cut to later that night and Eyeliner Guy walks into the room naked. I feel like this guy's penis has a ponytail and muscles too. He tries to spin Legolas Queen around to have sex with her, but she tells him she wants to look him in the eyes while they do the dirty. She climbs on top of him and he heads straight to Boner Town. Time to put a little baby inside a Legolas Queen. We cut to Red-Haired Queen walking around with her wolf. She bumps into this guy with big bushy eyebrows. He just stares at her and scares her, and the Hound walks over and tries to make her feel better. The Hound tells her that Bushy Eyebrow Man is the executioner, so that's the dude that kills Papa Stark. Jeffrey walks up and tells the Hound to get lost. He asks Red-Haired Queen to take a walk with him. They walk along and see young sad girl stick fighting with a little redhead boy who is the butcher's son. Jeffrey tells the butcher's son to pick up a stick and sword fight him, which is basically like walking up to a kid playing with a Nerf gun and challenging him to a fight with a bazooka. Jeffrey puts his sword up to the butcher's son's face and slices his cheek. So young sad girl smacks him with a stick. Jeffrey starts swinging his sword at her and she falls down, and Jeffrey threatens to kill her. Then young sad girl's wolf runs up and bites the heck out of Jeffrey's arm. I just love these wolves. He's really lucky that wasn't Weird Raven Kid's wolf or he'd be super dead. Young sad girl tells her wolf to stop and points Jeffrey's sword at Jeffrey. He begs for his life and young sad girl throws his sword into the river and runs away. Wow. Can you imagine if young sad girl just killed Jeffrey right there in episode 2? A boy can dream. Young sad girl tells her wolf to run away because they'll kill it for biting Jeffrey. Oh my gosh. In episode 4, Red-Haired Queen is mad at Jeffrey for getting her wolf killed. So I think young sad girl's wolf escapes and they kill Red-Haired Queen's wolf instead? Young sad girl is trying to get her wolf to run away, but he won't go. This is like that scene in Air Bud that used to make me cry as a kid. Eventually, young sad girl has to throw a rock at the wolf to make it run away. We cut to inside a crowded room and young sad girl is apologizing to Papa Stark. Jeffrey told Short-Haired Queen that the butcher's son and young sad girl were attacking him with clubs, and young sad girl made her wolf bite him, but young sad girl calls him a liar. Short-Haired Queen calls Red-Haired Queen in to explain what happened, and she just says that she didn't see anything. Ugh, poor young sad girl. She's freaking out and yelling at Red-Haired Queen. Chubby King is great. He's just like, children fight, let's move on. But Short-Haired Queen keeps pushing it. She says they need to kill the wolf, and when Chubby King says they can't find the wolf, she insists that they kill Red-Haired Queens instead. Oh my god. There are a lot of reasons to hate Short-Haired Queen, but this one takes the cake. Red-Haired Queen's wolf didn't do anything. He's an innocent wolf. When someone commits a crime in real life and they run away, you don't just put their brother in jail and say, that's close enough. Papa Stark says that the wolf is of the north, so he'll be the one to kill it. What the heck? Papa Stark walks outside and sees that the Hound killed the butcher's son. No! The Hound? I was just starting to like you. We see Papa Stark walk up to the wolf and pet it. Please just let it go live with young sad girl's wolf in the wild. But no. Papa Stark kills the wolf. And right as he does, Weird Raven Kid wakes up. And then the episode ends. Nothing on earth makes me more sad than watching animals get hurt. Like even in season 7 when that dragon dies, I feel kinda bad because dragons are basically big flying dogs. I really hate Short-Haired Queen and Jeffrey right now. I already know that Weird Raven Kid doesn't remember Handsome Man in Armor and Short-Haired Queen having sex because I've seen episode 4, so instead of being happy that he just woke up, I'm just super sad about that wolf. Also, I kinda hate Red-Haired Queen right now for not sticking up for her sister. Like, I understand that she's young and stupid, and she thinks she's in love with Jeffrey or whatever, but she just cost 2 people their lives. Well, 1 person and 1 wolf, which is better than a person. I really like watching these early episodes. I already know what's gonna happen in them because I've seen so many throughout the seasons, but it's nice to get a little bit of context about the characters. Like, I had no idea Bastard King was so close to all the Stark kids. That was really cool to see. Not to mention, the writing in the earlier seasons is so much better than the writing in the later seasons. So, I'll give this episode a 6 out of 10. Let's reach into these boxes and see which episode I'm gonna watch next. Season 4, Episode 1. Season 7, Episode 2. Season 1, Episode 7. Season 6, Episode 8. And last but not least, Season 3, Episode 10. So those are your options for which episode I'm gonna watch next. There should be a poll right here, a little box. Go ahead and click on that and vote for which episode you'd like me to watch. Here's a graphic to show you which episodes I've already seen to help you make your decision. Some of you have been really nice to me and have supported me on Patreon, so it's time for the shoutouts. Fair warning, I have a migraine right now, so these might not be my best work. But maybe you won't even be able to tell the difference because they're typically so bad. All right, let's do it. Laura M. Driscoll. Laura M. What does the M stand for? Magnificent? Because I think you're magnificent for supporting me on Patreon. It's probably like Mary or something. Anyways, thank you so much, Laura. Austin Matthews, like the hockey player. Are you the hockey player? No, you're not the hockey player. You're probably really tired of people saying that, right? The kid's like 19 years old and he's the most famous Austin Matthews in the world. Meanwhile, I was born with the famous Steve Clark already living, the Def Leppard guitarist. That dude's name is Steve Clark. Doesn't that suck? I'm never gonna be able to beat the Def Leppard guitarist in popularity. Anyways, thank you, Austin, for the support. Luke Pierre. Luke Pierre. You've got 2 first names, my friend. I guess that's better than having 2 last names, though. Like, who has 2 last names? Robinson Crusoe? Who wants to be like Robinson Crusoe? That guy's a loser. I've also never read that book, so he might not be a loser. I don't know anything. I'm a stupid man. Thank you so much for the support, Luke. Stephen Jett. Stephen Jett, that's like a superhero name. That's a cool name. I'm Stephen Jett, and I'm here to blast off. That's what airplanes do, right? If I was a superhero and I had a superpower, I'd want to be able to make food appear with my hands. I could be like, barbecue chicken, coleslaw, mostly barbecue stuff. I'd be called Barbecue Man, and I'd only be able to help myself, really. I guess I could feed other people, but I'm too selfish. Anyways, thank you, Steven. If you want to support me on Patreon, there is a link in the description below, and I'm going to put a button at the end of the video. Go ahead and click on that button, check out my Patreon page. If you want to throw me $1, I'd very much appreciate it. If you want to throw me $5, you'll get a shout out at the end of the video, just like I just did. Aren't those so great? Aren't I a genius and amazing at coming up with things off the top of my head? Before I go, next week I'll be in Florida for a wedding, which means I won't be able to put out a Game of Thrones video. I'm really sorry about that, but I won't have any equipment for the next like 10 days. And since I won't have any equipment for the next 10 days, I have no idea what I'm gonna put out next week. I might take a week off for the first time in 16 months, but maybe I'll be able to film something on my phone. I don't know. If you have any ideas for stupid short stuff I could film on my phone or do on my computer, let me know. I'll try to put something out next Monday, but it won't be Game of Thrones. Please don't leave me. Okay, bye.